that confusion. When we say cloud, right? Under cloud, we have different cloud providers. Okay. Like we saw yesterday, under cloud technology, we have different cloud providers. The prominent one, which major of the industries uses is AWS and Azure, right? So AWS is basically who owns AWS? Who is the parent company for AWS, guys?
Amazon.
Amazon, right? The full form of AWS is what?
Amazon Web Service.
Amazon Web Service, right? So AWS is under Amazon. AWS is one of the organization they are running, right? Similarly, under Microsoft, Azure is the cloud technology. Okay, there is no full form for Azure. Azure is the cloud technology under Microsoft. So who owns Azure? Microsoft owns Azure. All right. And like I said, these two are the prominent ones which is used widely in the market. So on the top, AWS is the one that has been widely used. So irrespective of what cloud provider you are using, you will get more or less the same services from all the major cloud providers, right? So I already have a login created for myself. Basically, I give training for AWS also, and that's the reason why I have a login for myself. So I can quickly share my screen and show you how it looks. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it visible? Right. So this is the screen for AWS. Okay, when you log in into your AWS account, you will see something similar to this. If you are logging into an Azure, they have a different homepage, but more or less it is similar. Okay. So here, if you click right, you will see number of services, number of offerings, what AWS offers. Okay. So for example, let's take an example. I want to spin up a virtual machine. So virtual machine in AWS is called as EC2. So okay, so I will be typing EC2 here. I will be clicking here. So I will be landing into this home page. Now, what important here is basically you need to select the region in which you want to spin up your EC2. Let's say I have a product. I am sitting in India and I know my major of the customers who would be using that product is from Mumbai or Maharashtra, let's say. Okay. So if you scroll down this, okay, you will find where is Mumbai? Yeah, you will find under Asia Pacific there is a data center. And now you guys know what is a data center, right? So there is a data center from AWS under in Mumbai region. Can you see this Mumbai?
Yes.
Guys, you can see this Mumbai, right? So similarly in US, if you see there are totally 4 data centers: North Virginia, Ohio, North California, and Oregon. Okay. In Asia, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data centers. In Canada, we have one. In Europe, we have these data centers. Okay. In South America, we have this one. And like these are also the data centers, but this is not enabled for this particular account because this is the home edition that so not home edition. This is the free tier that I'm using currently. So that's why like these data centers are not enabled for me. Right. So depending upon your business use case and your business users, in that location, you would be opening the data center. Why this is important to know, like why it is important to open the data center where your customers are there. Why it is important? Think and tell me. Again, I will repeat that question. Let's say I have a business in India and majority of my customers, suppose I have a product, okay, and majority of the customer who is utilizing that product is from nearby Mumbai region or in Mumbai region. So what I will do, I will be spinning up my infrastructure spinning up my infrastructure. Of course, in under AWS, I will be spinning up the infrastructure near to Mumbai, that is in within Mumbai region. Why it is relevant to open the server infrastructure in Mumbai region? Why?
Maybe to
Uh,
access the data
so
quickly and easily.
Okay, okay. There is
so
one
Better
basically
keyword.
connectivity.
Sorry, go ahead. Bhavya, go ahead.
okay, I was mentioning so basically to like enhance the overall productivity or performance of your service
Performance,
for the
right?
customers.
Performance is the keyword. There is one keyword that I'm looking into from your answers. What is that keyword? It
Maybe
starts
speed.
speed. What is that called as? Exactly. That the name is speed, but in technical term, what is that called as? It starts with L.
Latency, maybe.
Perfect, perfect. So latency, right? Latency is very important. Suppose my like I said, my business users are from Mumbai, and I'm going and keeping my server in let's say in US region, and I'm sitting in Mumbai region. My customers are from Mumbai region. So if they want to utilize that product, what they will do, they will be connecting to the servers. So my servers are in US region and they are sitting in Mumbai region. So does it make sense to open to have such type of infrastructure? No, because the latency will be increased, the performance will be impacted. So it is always advisable in if your organization is using the cloud technology, right? It is always advisable to open to create the infrastructure where your customer base is basically getting.
Sir, what is meant by latency?
Okay, so latency means basically, let's say you are watching a cricket match. Okay, let's say you are watching a cricket match. Suppose your friend is watching the cricket match from the ground, and you are sitting at your home and watching the cricket match. Okay, so tell me one thing: if the batsman will hit a six, who will come to know first,
The person who is sitting in the ground.
right?
Or
And
both, because
right,
the match will be live.
the match will be live, but it is always the person who is sitting in the ground knows first, like, yes,
Okay.
it's a six. There
Right.
might be latency of 1 minute. So latency means delay, right? It could be a 1 second of delay, it could be 2 second of delay, it could be 5 seconds of delay, or 10 minutes of delay. It could be anything, right? So latency means the delay. So basically, the more the delay, the performance will be impacted, right? For any business, the performance is the key. If you are scrolling your Instagram, and the page that you are supposed to get download, it's taking, let's say, 15 seconds in each scroll. Will you not be frustrated?
Right.
Right? So the performance is the key for any business, right? So accordingly, you need to spin up your infrastructure in the respective location. All right. So
Yes, got it.
so I was just giving an example of this VM, right? What if you want to open a VM, right? I simply need to go to instances. I can I need to select the region. Let's say I need a Mumbai region. So this is how you would be doing practically in Azure or IBM or AWS or Oracle or anywhere in any of the cloud providers, right? You will be clicking the launch instance. Now tell me one thing. What is the most crucial parameter for a VM? Suppose if you want to spin up a VM, right? What are the factors that you will be considering before spinning up a VM? Operating system,
Yeah, image.
right?
It should
Yes.
say
So
image.
image, yeah. So basically, in layman terms, like let me use that term. So operating system is the one. Suppose if you want to open a Ubuntu VM, right? So I would be selecting a Ubuntu. This is nothing but a Linux one, right? I would be selecting which version of Ubuntu VM I want to spin up. What are the other key factors do you think? What are the other key factors do you think it is important for a VM?
Requirements.
Requirements? What exactly do you mean requirements?
like how many bit is the operating system that we are going to choose.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The resources, what will be the configuration of that resources? Now, whenever we are buying a laptop, right? Why the prices are varying for every laptop? On what basis the price is getting varied? On what basis? Number of cores,
configuration
configuration,
features.
right?
Due to the
Exactly.
different configuration.
Due to the different configuration, right? Resources that you're going to use. One of the key factor for which the VM size, sorry, the VM will be judged is basically on the instance type. That is called as instance type, right? So if you click, if you see the drop down here, can you see this configuration? T2 nano, T2 micro. So don't worry about the naming convention. Just see what is the flavor of this one. So you can see here 2 V core, right? 2 V CPU and 4 GB memory. Can you see this? Suppose to run my application, I need two VMs, let's say. One, I would be installing the application. In another, I would be installing the database. So for running my database, I need a configuration of 4 GB CPU and 16 GB of memory. Can I see here four CPU and 16 GB of memory? So I would be selecting this one. Okay, I would be selecting this one for this particular VM. Like I was mentioning yesterday, did anyone remember I multiplied 720 hours? What was that 720 hours?
30
Anyone?
days.
30 days, right?
Cost of 30 days.
30 days. So can you see something? 0.2394 USD per hour. Can you see this? So majority, any service you are going to leverage in Azure or any cloud platform, you are paying the cost of that particular service per hour basis. Even if you are running any service for 10 minutes, 1 hour is calculated for that. If you are running any service for 1 hour, 10 minutes, 2 hours is considered for that. So 2 hours is multiplied by, let's say this is Linux, so 0.1984 USD per hour. If I'm running continuously for 30 days, it is 720 hours. So 720 into 0.1984 USD. Getting? Guys? Any question? No? No questions? Or it went bouncer? What is the storage volume? Right? Even that is important because whenever you're buying a laptop, right? There is one default drive, right? What is the default drive whenever you're buying a laptop? Which drive is that? Whenever you're buying a laptop, right? Which
C
drive
drive.
is that? C drive,
Yeah.
right? C drive, there is some boot volume attached to it. So basically, whenever we are installing operating system, it requires some space, right? Similarly, even here, it requires some space for downloading, for having the Ubuntu machine running. Getting? So 8 GB of space is default allocated. There are other networking things also which don't worry for now. So you can see how will you how are you going to log in by using a key value pair. What are the network settings, under which network, under which subnet, what is the IP, what is the firewall. There are a lot of things. If you want to attach a 1 TB of storage to your VM, can you attach it? Yes, I can attach it. Add a new volume. And once you're done with this configuration, you just need to click on this launch instance. Can you see this launch instance?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see this, guys? Launch instance? Yes. So you need to click on this launch instance, and irrespective of any cloud platform, it will take less than 1 minute to spin up a resource for you. Less than 1 minute. Okay. So basically, like I said, just give me one sec. Like I said, to run, I have an application. To run that application, I need two VMs. In one VM, I would be keeping my front end. Okay, front end means the UI. So I will be installing that UI in one machine. To store the data in the back end, I will be installing the database in the another VM to store all the data. Right? So these two are the minimum VMs that I need for my application. Okay, there is something called as RDS. Can you see here RDS? If I click this one, this is so called as Relational Database Management System. If you have if you have completed SQL batch, uh, uh, mostly like you have seen what is the database, what are SQL queries that we are running, right? So this is the database that we are spinning up. So these are nothing but services. These are nothing but the services that the cloud platform is offering. Okay, these are nothing but the services that a cloud platform is offering. Now, for example, if your company is using the Azure, right? If your company is using Azure, which is Microsoft Azure, right? So you need to click on this one, and you need to start here, right? Start free, and you need to create your own account. Okay, but just let me tell you this. You need to enter your credit card details also whenever you're spinning up an account. Okay, because irrespective of who you are, there if you are spinning up some resources, you are being charged for that. For some resources, it is free of cost. For some resources, you need to pay. Okay, so be careful whenever you're spinning up the account. You can see this right, built-in cloud with Azure free account, pay as you go. These are the some free services that Azure is giving to you. Just go and read these services. So VMs, SQL Azure, Blob is nothing but the data storage. Cosmos DB is the database, app service, functions, events. So these are nothing but the offerings that Azure is providing, and these are the offerings from the from the AWS which is providing. Right. So collectively is like I mentioned yesterday, there are two types of application, right? So let me switch my screen. Window. Okay, you should be able to see now. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see.
Perfect. So this is a small architecture diagram of how the cloud computing looks like, right? So what do you mean by cloud computing, right? So if you want to run some service, if you want to run your application, right? In my case, I said I have an application. Let's say I have an application similar to Book My Show. Everyone knows, right? Book My Show, guys. Book My
Yes.
Show, which books a ticket. Let's say I own that application, right? So to run that application, I need few things, few services basically, right? Suppose I have hosted all my requirements in Azure, right? In Azure platform. So I have an application, I have some services which are running, I have some storage unit, I'm doing some security maintenance which are in the back end. You can see the bottom one, right? So these are the backend services which are running. Okay, right? So to connect it to the internet, I need the internet connectivity, right? I need some infrastructure which I would be assembling all the services. Okay, I might need a database where I would be storing all the relevant details of the movies, of the events that is happening in my city, everything, right? So all this collectively is called as a cloud computing. All this collectively is called as a cloud computing, right? Now tell me one thing. Now, like I said, there are a lot of services which Azure is providing, which AWS is providing. All right, and if I want to run my application, I need 5 services. Okay, I will be running 5 services and I would be going live. Going live, what do you mean by going live? What do you mean by going live? Going live means I have opened the gate for my clients. Who are my clients? If I'm a book my show, then you all are clients, let's say. Right, so in whichever city you are, you would be going, you would be selecting that city, you would be searching which movie is coming in your city, in which theater, what is the show timing, you will be selecting that thing, you would be booking the things. Suppose I have hosted everything in Mumbai region. Okay, let's say XYZ person is sitting in Delhi. Can he access my application? Will he be able to access the application, guys?
Yes.
Of course, yes, right? Anyone can
Yes.
access my application because it is available through internet. So anyone who would be landing to my website can search for the details and book the tickets. Okay, getting it right, guys? But in the back end, what actually is happening, as a client, you will be only seeing the UI. Like, for example, the Instagram example that I gave you. Do you know what are the resources they have spinned up, in which cloud technology provider they are configured the infrastructure? What are the resource configuration they are running? Do you care about it? Do we care about it? No, right? We don't care about it. We just care about my UI, my profile should be able to load without any performance issue. That's it. I'm worried about that. That's all. So in backend, all these things are happening. Getting? Yes, no, or little bit
Yes, sir.
bouncer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Getting right, guys? The
Yeah.
important concept that I left as the time was up yesterday. We were discussing about HA and DR. So I will give you 30 seconds, digest whatever I have said now. Okay, in next 30 seconds, if you have any question, we can discuss. If not, then we can switch on to the topic. We can continue the topic that we were discussing yesterday, HA and DR. These are the two important topics that we were discussing yesterday, HA and DR. These are the two important topics. So think, if you have any questions, tell me.
So Gunwan this side.
Go ahead.
Actually, I'm having doubt not regarding this, but is the GitHub and this one is something different or what?
GitHub is basically a repository. So, okay. Suppose if I am a developer, I'm writing a code, right? So developers write a code, for example. Okay. Now I have written all my code, and if I execute it, my application will be functional, right?
Okay.
So what GitHub will do is GitHub will store this code. Who will be storing this code? GitHub, like GitHub, there are a lot of other repositories. So GitHub is one of the repository where I would be storing my code. Okay. So GitHub is nowhere related to this one. GitHub is, now, for example, in Azure, if we say, right, in Azure, similar to GitHub, we have something called as code commit.
Okay.
Okay. It is one of the service. Now, when I say service, guys, when I say service, do you understand what do you mean by service? I hope yes, because EC2 is one service, RDS is one service, storage is one service, code commit, like I said, is one service. There are a lot of services. And what services I need to run my application, it depends upon you then. You in the sense, the organization. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on, think, come up with the answers. Sorry, questions.
As you told, like we are going to launch any instant. At that time, we will be checking the location, right? Like if it is Mumbai, I will be going
Right.
and targeting my customer from Mumbai.
Right.
Then the person from Delhi or somebody from outside, will that person able to see my product?
Yes, it is. It is not only from Delhi, around the world, he or she will be able to see access your product.
Okay.
Okay, around the
But
world.
then, what is the purpose of selecting only Mumbai?
Okay, the purpose, yeah, the purpose why selecting only Mumbai is basically suppose my large customer base is Mumbai, right? I would be selecting Mumbai for that, right? If my large
Yeah,
customer
understood.
base is in US, I would be selecting some regions from US, not in Mumbai. So I need to keep my data, I need to keep my application running near to my customer location.
Oh, so that will be just like storing the data at that place, right? Because my
Not
targeted
only storing the
customers are
data,
from there.
not only storing the data to completely run my application,
Okay, okay,
right?
understood.
Complete
Yeah,
infrastructure. And complete infrastructure means everything, A to Z, everything.
yeah, understood. Thanks.
Okay? Good, good, good question. Next. Next question. Anyone? Anyone? Any question? Guys, feel free to ask. Feel free. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask. No question, guys?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yeah. For example, we have like a free service, right, in
Mm-hmm.
Azure.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I can handle my business for like a free service.
To some extent, yes, because you need if you want to run your business with free service, your application should be compatible and it should be only limited to that free service. If you want anything apart from that, then you have to pay for it. Okay, I will show you how the monthly bill looks like. So if your business, if your infra says like any if you want any services apart from free service, then you have to pay for it. If your business is okay with running the free services, then yes, you can run your business. Yes, and people do run it actually. If I'm a tiny business owner, I have a very small application with limited number of users and limited infrastructure, I would be utilizing the free service. Yes. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. So I'm just pasting my LinkedIn ID here. So just in case if you have any doubt, go ahead and add me on LinkedIn, and you can ping me and chat with me for any concerns you have related to the cloud platforms, right? So this is my LinkedIn ID. Go ahead and add me on the LinkedIn. I would be happy to add you. All right. 5 more seconds. Go ahead and add me, and if you have any questions, let me know. So basically, guys, see, the cloud technology is a very vast topic, okay? And we are just going to touch base on the important terminologies that you should be aware of. That's why, like, we have introduced this course, this topic in this course of data science, right? So it's a very vast topic. So you need to deep dive into the cloud technology if you want to actually learn these things. It's a very vast topic. Like we usually conduct this courses for 80 hours, 80 to 100 hours. So and that's the basic course that we are offering. All right, guys, can I proceed now with the topic that I started yesterday?
Excuse me, sir. Before you starting.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir. For example, let's see if someone want to work for cloud cloud technology, right? Cloud side.
Mhm.
It's mandatory to know like a AWS in Azure, or he can knows only one technology.
If you learn a single technology, it is similar to other technologies. Only few things here and there the changes, but the concept remains same. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Let me continue with my HA and VR discussion by giving you one recent example.